Alright, so the first thing you want to do is remove the end link bolt. You might need a pass-through socket for this. I don't remember needing it for my car, but for some reason on Patrick's car I needed to lock this with a hex key and use a pass-through socket. Pretty much like that. Just hold it in place while you unbolt it. And it should come right off.
Alright, so you guys wanna, I don't know which line this is, but
the ABS line.
ABS and brake. So
that's the ABS line, the brake line's behind it.
Okay, so this is a brake line?
Yeah.
These are both ABS? Alright, so this is the ABS line, and you just kinda, I think the previous owner removed this before, so it's really easy to come out. But you just pull it, it's like a push pin. There you go. Cut that off. Just be careful not to break the tabs. And then this brake line, right?
Yeah, brake line.
For the brake line, I think it's a 12mm bolt. So you just unscrew that and then pop it off. So now he's gonna do the 12mm bolt for the brake line.
If it is a 12.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 12. Alright, so you're gonna need something to hold the left side or right side when I'm bolting the, what is it called?
The crash bolts.
Crash bolts. Usually use a wrench, but we don't have a wrench big enough for this.
And another thing to keep in mind for FRSs, the bottom one's a 14mm and the top one is a 16mm bolt. If you want more camber, which is what we're planning to do, we're gonna put camber bolts on the bottom and move the bottom OEM crash bolt up to the top. And everybody was saying on the forum that supposedly that gives you more camber than using the 16mm on top. Oh, I broke all of them. Well, I think you still need it.
One. So after this last screw comes out, the coil is gonna drop. And it should come out right out.
There you go.
Just like that. But yeah, by the way, you wanna face this like, you know, just in case it does explode, even if you have the spring presses on, just for safety measures.
And there you
Got
go.
it.
Top that off. And we're reusing this for the Tein Coilover. And we're gonna show you how to assemble that too, because we haven't been able to find anybody on YouTube who assembled it. They just jump right into installing it.
Alright, we're gonna show you guys how to assemble this properly, because no one else really does it.
So pretty much you're gonna want to put the washer on the very bottom on top of the adjustment collars. After that, you just slap the dust boot over it, and it's gonna end about there. And then you throw on the upper seat. There's only one way it will fit because the grooves. Throw it in there, and then the golden collar right above that, and then the OEM. Oh, my bad, I almost forgot. After the dust boot,
dude,
spring.
we're trying to
go
bottom me out.
Throw a spring in, make sure Tein is facing the right way, and then you throw the collar or the upper seat, and then
right there.
And then the golden collar above that, OEM top mount, top hat, and then the tightening bolt. And you're gonna want to tighten it down to 44 pounds. I've never seen anybody show us how to do this, so we'll show you how we do it. It's pretty hard because you want to prevent this from moving, and they don't really give you anything to do that, but we'll show you how to do that right now. Cover.
Alright, John's gonna attempt doing this.
So this has been our method. We pretty much use the tools to give us to adjust the height to hold this down, and we tighten this. This is the easy part. The hard part is getting it down to the proper torque, because this thing doesn't want to stay there. It slips a lot, and I punched my knuckle earlier. And you're probably gonna do that a lot, so just be careful when you're doing this part. I mean, I recommend you getting down to proper torque. On my car, we didn't do that because we couldn't figure it out, but we're gonna do it right on this one.
Oh, nice.
There we go.
Easy.
40 foot-pounds. And I didn't punch my knuckle on the floor yet.
Now it's ready to be installed.
Well, before that, you're gonna wanna make sure the spring is on the upper seat mount and tighten this.
We're gonna go ahead and
you can adjust the height.
yeah, we're gonna
while
adjust
it's
the
on
height right now.
But we're probably gonna just do we're just gonna make it even on the other one for now, and hopefully that's a good height to start with.
What was the height we did on the other one?
1.5 inch from
Alright.
So from here to the bottom of this, I'm making it 1.5 inch. And I just gotta trim it for now.
Alright, we're about to put the new coil in the left side. And the first thing you want to do is the top first.
Yep.
So you want to have 1% on the bottom, putting it through the top, your 12mm socket, and the 3 bolts. Shit.
Alright. Quick, bruh.
It's heavy?
I guess so.
Alright, straight through.
Just put a bolt on all of them first.
You're leaving? What are you doing? Alright, so we're gonna go over the order for this. So the easiest way to do this is to do the end link first. So you just put that in there first, end link. And then we're gonna do the brake line. Show them right there. So this piece goes right here and then bolts in, it's right there. And then ABS, after that, just goes into 2 holes. And then these 2 bolts right here. So we'll do the end link first. It's a 12mm bolt. Alright, we got the end link tight. So now, like we said before, we're gonna put the brake line in. So it's this bolt right here. So we line it up in the bottom. We put the screw through.
It's gonna be another 12mm.
Is another 12? Alright.
I think so.
Alright, we got the brake line in. So now we're putting the ABS in through these holes right here. There we go. I think my clips are kind of messed up, but ABS is in. And then
You're gonna probably want to use a jack to line this up,
yeah,
just so it's easier.
we already got it in there, but I jacked it up at the perfect amount so it's clear on both sides. I'm taking the bottom crusher bolt, putting it on the top. This way. I remember taking it off. I remember unscrewing it a lot of times. So we got the SPC bolt in, and you want to have the collar, this tab, pointing towards the rotor. That's at least what it says to achieve negative camber. So make sure it's flush against the coilover, pointing towards the rotor, this part, and then just tighten it up.
Yep. Alright, so there you go. There you have it. We're all done. These are all tight. Coilover's installed. Everything's already tightened up. So now we're gonna move on to the rear.
We're starting with the rear now, and first thing we're gonna do is drop the control arm right here. Rear control arm.
That's the end link bolt.
Yeah. So we're gonna do the ending bolt and the bolt that connects to the coilover. So,
this is a 17 mil, and it's gonna be a 14 mil.
and then for his car, we took off this bolt, but we're gonna try.
No, we didn't take off this. We took off this one.
Oh, that one? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we took off this, and this, and we dropped the control arm. But this time, we're gonna try just dropping these two, and then like pushing the rotor down, and then wiggle out the coilover. If that doesn't work, then we're gonna move all three and drop the little control arm. Cause we saw people do it this way too, so we're just gonna try this way this time. And we'll let you know once we got these two bolts off. All right, so we just got done removing the bolts on both sides. That side and that side. So now we're gonna move up top. And then you're gonna wanna remove this carpet. And there's gonna be some 8mm bolts. To remove this carpet, there's a push pin here. Push pin there. And then another push pin here, or up there. And then once you get that, just open it up and you'll see the bolts, and we'll show you when we get there. Alright, so we took apart the carpet. Turns out we had to remove the back two push pins too. After that, there's gonna be two 14mm bolts right there, or nuts. And that's all you gotta do is remove those. And after that, you have to push on the rotor to wiggle out the coil. Just go ahead and do that. Alright, so we got the bolts off there. Now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna try and push down this right here, and then Patrick's gonna try and wiggle out the coil right there. Alright, you wanna do it?
Alright, so it was a lot easier unbolting only two bolts. So
Yeah.
I had myself pushing down on the rotor while John would like wiggle it out.
So what you want to do, so what Patrick did wrong was that he dropped the top already, but you want to keep the top in there a bit and wiggle this out of the control arm before you drop it. So that's what we did. And now we just got to remove the spring, use the spring compressor again. We'll show you that right now. Alright, so pretty much just like the front, we got the spring compressor on. We're going to use the pass-through socket and another hex key to lock it in place. Alright, to assemble this, pretty much just keep this washer on the adjustment thingies. And then after that, put the dust boot on, the spring, this little, what do they call it?
Washer plug.
The bump stopper, and the collar right on top of it, and then where's the other rubber? No, for the OEM. Yeah, you don't want to use the OEM insulator for this. Throw it right on top of the spring, and then the OEM top mount, top hat. And then just the tightening bolt. That's pretty much it. And you don't want to tighten it down to 40 foot-pounds as well. But this is a very long stud and we don't have a deep socket, so we're not really able to do that. But we're tightening as much as we can. And yeah, we'll get back to you when we're done. Alright, so we got both coilovers assembled. And now we're gonna install them. Alright, so for this side, you can pretty much do it with one person. What you're gonna have to do is push this down and try and wiggle that in. And since this coilover is, I guess, shorter than the OEM one, you should be able to do it by yourself. And it's in. Just gotta line it up from the top. Almost. Oh, we'll unspin it later. Just try and put it in right now. More on your right one. The right one's not in. And now you gotta push it. There we go. And they're all in. Let me find the bolts. And there you go, pretty much installed. All we gotta do is tighten these now and put back on those two bolts, the 17 and 14, and we'll show you once we're done.
Alright guys, got both of the bolts back on, covers back on. Now all we gotta do is put the wheels back on, lower it, and we'll see what the height is like. Alright guys, coils are back in, everything's good to go.
A moment of truth.
See where it's at.
Ooh, that's pretty good. It's about 2 fingers. We gotta take off the wood blocks first. And there's the front. It's about 2 fingers as well.
Alright guys, this is the final result. Turned out hella good. You never seen my LEDs yet, huh? Alright guys, we finished the car. Coils are done. Super happy with the results. Unfortunately, we did not have time to put on the arrow, but we might do that tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll probably do that tomorrow.
But I'm super happy with the way it came out.
Yeah, I think it looks really good, and it's exactly what it needed. Before it was too high. It was a monster truck and everything, but now it's hella good.
Yeah, it looks, fuck, I'm so happy. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be that good, but it was worth it. Tein base.
Well, let me turn off your lights so we can see. There you have it.
Yeah, that looks way better.
Alright, well, hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned how to assemble the teams. And we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.